Hello, today we're going to go ahead and use ArchiCAD to create a complex profile wall using the Complex Profile tool. My name is Gary Acton. I am the BIM manager at DEIV Architecture, and I've been using ArchiCAD since 2003. Like I said, we're going to create a complex profile wall. Looks great in plan, in section, and then also in our 3D model. With the Profile Manager, we're going to use lines and fill to create this profile. And then we're going to use a few tips here. Drag copy by pressing the control key, trim holding the control key, and magic wand holding the space bar. So building a complex profile wall. We'll lay out the wall with lines. Then we'll use magic wand to put in the materials inside those lines. And then we'll place horizontal stretch and opening reference lines to finish off our wall. Alright, today to get started, we're going to go ahead and open the Profile Manager, which is under Options, and then Complex Profile and Profile Manager. Once that comes up, we're going to go ahead and hit the New button and create a new CMU wall. Name it whatever you'd like. Go ahead and hit OK. And now we have a blank screen in front of us here, a blank window. In this window, we need to locate the origin here, this little X. Locating that origin will be very important when we're placing our wall on our plan. So next, we'll start laying out the wall with the line tool. Located here. Click on that. Set the wall. Snap it. And set it at 10 feet. That will give us a 10-foot wall to start out with. Now, once we have this line in place, we'll go ahead and click on it and use the drag copy command. We can either use Control D to start that, or we can pick the line and start dragging it and hit the control button again. And see, we got the little plus sign, means that we're dragging and copying that. And now we want to set that at 7 5/8 width of a CMU block. And then to continue on making this wall, again, we want to drag copy 1/2 inch airspace. And then we want our flooring, to be 3.5 inches. And then our gypsum board at 5 5/8 inch. Now we want to go in the other direction. And let's go ahead and on the upper part of the wall, let's go ahead and do a 1/2 inch stucco. But we also want to put a wainscot of stone at the bottom, 2 inches out from that face. And that gives us our basic wall lines. Next, we want to go ahead and put a line down here at the bottom just to close that off. And then we're going to build the line in the other direction here. Move this up 3 feet. We want to go ahead and put a 3-inch cap on it. And then we just want one at the top. Seal it all up. Now let's go ahead and use the trim command with the shortcut key. Is we can select a line to create the actual line that we want to trim to, like that. So now you see I'm kind of shaping this out here. So this we want to give it another inch overhang. So trim that. And then we want to slope this, of course. Split the node there. Won't be too fancy today, but don't need those. Okay, so now we have the basic profile drawn up with lines. Now let's go ahead and fill in these spaces by using the fill tool and selecting the material or building material that we want these profiles to be represented with. So let's go ahead and go to the Masonry CMU. Now here we're going to use the Magic Wand tool by selecting, putting our cursor in the big space here where the CMU is. Hold down our space bar, which brings up the Magic Wand, and then click, and it fills in the space with that CMU building material. Next, we can go to the airspace and place that one. And then we can also go to our wood light frame with the insulation graphic. Go ahead and put that in. And then also find our gypsum board. And then going the other way again, go ahead and find the stucco. And put that in. And then we can do this as a precast concrete for the ledge. And then we want a stone veneer for this portion of our wall. So there we have it with the materials all drawn up. And a couple things here. We have the drafting lines we can turn off with the layers here. But we want to set a vertical stretch. And it gives us these dotted lines here. We're going to turn off the drafting lines. Okay, so these dotted lines now are our vertical stretch. And we don't want this veneer and this cap to change positions when we stretch the wall up. So what we need to do is move this wall just above that. And then we can leave the top one at the top because we don't have anything different up here. So it can stay like that. And then we also want to show our opening reference line. Now we don't want our opening reference line to be out here on this edge because it'll put the frame and everything out to this edge. What we want to do is go ahead and select it and then just bring it back to the stucco. Now our opening will be referenced to this line. So let's go ahead now and store that profile. Now go back to our plan view. Select our wall tool. We want to select the complex profiles. And then we want to go down to our new CMU wall that we just created. We want to put this on there and then go ahead and look at it in 3D. So that's another one I created similar. And see, now we have our complex profile wall with our CMU, airspace, our furring with the gypsum board, and then we also have our stone veneer with the cap on top and with stucco on the rest of the wall. And then since we set that vertical stretch, we can go ahead and raise that wall up, and the stone veneer does not move. So we've learned the basics of complex profiles, how to create a complex profile wall. We've used the drag copy, control trim, and magic wand to create these profiles. Thank you for watching my video today. You have a good day. Bye.